Holy shit, it's
I'm gonna
ginormous.
hold this one.
Oh
I'm gonna
my...
hold it.
Oh, look at the size of it. That is insane. What is going on, everybody, and welcome back to another video. Now, ladies and gentlemen, the day has finally arrived with the most requested feature by far for Sea of Thieves: fishing. Yes, that's right, each and every pirate in the game now has a fishing rod in their item wheel, which you can use to catch all sorts of weird and wonderful fish. Now, I really wanted to get this video out as quickly as possible, as I know that some people haven't quite figured out how to catch some fresh fish yet, and although the new fishing feature is relatively simple, it definitely still takes a bit of practice to perfect. In this video, I'll also take a quick look at all 10 species of fish, and where you're going to find them and how to catch them. So without further ado, this is how to fish in Sea of Thieves. Now, if you're using a mouse and keyboard to play, then the keys you're going to be using to catch your fish are your left mouse button to cast your line and to reel your line in, and you're going to be using your A, S and D keys on your keyboard to fight the fish. And if you're using a controller to play, then you're going to be using your right trigger to cast and reel in, and your left stick to fight the fish. Now, as you can see, I've just casted a line, and I can kind of move my camera angle around relatively freely, but as soon as a fish appears, it focuses up on the rod, so it kind of lets you know that there's something out there, which is a really cool feature. As you can see, the fish is now on my hook, and the basic concept behind this is that you need to pull your rod the opposite direction that the fish is going to wear the fish out and make it tired, and then it'll stop for a brief moment and you'll be given the opportunity to reel it in for that short period of time before it starts fighting again, and you'll just have to repeat that process until you've reeled it all the way in. Something also important is the fish can move left, right and forward, which means you're going to have to pull your rod back, just like I am here, to fight the fish. Now, it really is that simple, guys. The more you do this, the better you're going to get at it. So we're now going to move on to all the different types of fish that we're going to find out in the seas. Also important to mention that there are 3 different types of bait. You've got earthworms, grubs and leeches. But it's not essential to use bait while fishing. You can definitely fish without bait. This is more for when you're going for specific types of fish that you're going to use specific bait on that fish. But we'll go over what fish likes what right now. So first up, we've got splash tails. Now, splash tails are the most common fish you're going to find out on the seas. They're absolutely everywhere. You'll catch them with no bait, you'll catch them with bait sometimes. Yeah, they're pretty much just the default fish. Not too valuable, but still worth catching. Next up, we've got plenty fins. Now, plenty fins are native to the shores of Plenty, which means that you're only going to catch them in that area, and they like to eat earthworms. So if you're after some plenty fins, then head over to the shores of Plenty with earthworms, and you'll find yourself some of those. Our next fish is the ancient scales. Now, ancient scales are found in the ancient isles, so that's where you're going to catch those ones, and they like leeches. So again, if you're after these, leeches, ancient isles, that's where you're going to get these guys. Moving straight along, we've got wild splashes. Now, these guys also like earthworms, and they can be found in the wilds, of course. So again, earthworms, wilds, if that's what you're after. Next up is the angry looking devil fishes, and you guessed it, you're going to find these in the Devil's Roar, and these guys like grubs. So grubs, Devil's Roar for the devil's fish. Now, this next one, the Isle Hopper, is kind of a bit of a mystery. I don't have all the information on this one. It's very inconsistent where I've caught this fish so far, but it seems to be just around islands like it says here. And it also mentions that pirate folklore says that these are mermaids' pets. And if you head over to Mermaid's Hideaway and fish off the beach there, I was able to catch a couple there. So if you're after isle hoppers around the islands, try Mermaid's Hideaway. Now the derpy looking pondies here are very different indeed, as you're actually not going to catch these out in the ocean, anywhere in the ocean, because they are a freshwater species. So the way you're going to catch these is if you head into islands, into ponds and small kind of lake areas, and that's where you're going to find these guys. The also very derpy looking battle gills are said to bring a bad omen, and that's why you're only going to find these guys around active skull forts and or skeleton ships. And they like grubs, just like their devilfish friends. Now my absolute favourite fish that's in the game right now is the stormfish. Looks really cool, and of course you're going to find this guy in the storm while you've got some leeches on your line. And last but not least, we've got the wreckers, which look really menacing and cool. They like earthworms also, and you're going to find these guys at shipwrecks. So when you park up next to a shipwreck, chuck on some earthworms on your line and throw it in. So that is going to end this video here. I really hope you guys learnt something, either about how to fish or the types of fish. Do drop a like if you enjoyed the video, and let me know down in the comments what your favourite fish species is, and hey, even consider subscribing. Thank you very much for watching, and I will see you next time. Ciao for now.